Now let us discuss about the General Studies paper 4, Ethics, Integrity and Aptitude. This approach is completely different. GS1 we have discussed, GS2 answer rating we have discussed, and GS3 answer rating we have discussed. But GS4, for this, the approach is completely different. How we write introduction, how we write body, and how we write conclusion is completely different from those General Studies papers. Let us see. First one, introduction. In how many ways we can write an introduction? In GS4 questions, if something is asked about integrity, you can directly go for a definition approach. Whatever the technical words are there, ethics, related to ethics, integrity and aptitude, first you can start in the introduction directly with the definition. That is one of the best way and safest way to write an introduction. So here definition, integrity means it is the consistency between values, words and actions. Simple yet efficient. So this type of introductions we can use, definition based introductions. Second one, another approach is we can go for thinker. We can quote somebody who has said something about the same concept, about integrity, let us say. So here Mahatma Gandhi observed, means are as important as ends. So this can be one of the efficient introduction we can write about integrity, because if your means are not integrity aligned, that means even your ends are not integrity aligned. Here that is what the meaning is. Now third way of writing introduction in GS4 answers, that is real life based examples we can use. Real life examples. For example, honest civil servants conduct demonstrates practical value of integrity in the public life. So you can use any person, any newspaper article in which a honest officer was, he stood against all the odds and he has performed that 100% integrity in his official duties. Such type of case studies, little case studies or stories we can use in the introduction. Real life based example. These are the three ways of writing introductions. What are they? Definition based, thinker or quotation based, and real life example based. You can write the introduction. Coming to the body of GS4 answers, first you have to explain the concept. Whatever the word which is used in the GS4 questions, you have to find the keywords and you have to explain that. In the body, first initial 1-2 subheadings, you have to explain what is that concept and then what is the importance of that integrity in the public life. So such importance you have to highlight in the body in the second part, and you have to give real life examples. This is very important in ethics. Real life examples, many case studies you have to mention in the answer, GS4 answers. For every word you have to have a little example, real life example for integrity, for truth, for objectivity, for impartiality. You should have one ready-made example. You have to just throw it in the answer sheet. And now use how integrity can be used in civil services. For example, these are the different words we can use in the body, like civil services, public administration, governance, corporate sector, personal life. In all these things, how integrity as a value can be used. That is what we have to multidimensionally integrate the concept of integrity in different parts of the life, like personal life, corporate, governance, and all these things. You can just analyze it. Coming to the conclusion, in GS4 answers, ethics, integrity, aptitude, you can use the best possible phrases which are technical in nature, GS4 related, ethics related words you have to memorize, and those words you can directly import into your answer, like ethical governance, one of the important beautiful phrase, ethical governance, constitutional values. Such words you have to include in the conclusion, and public trust, such words need to be peppered here and there. And let us say directly a question, and we will write the introduction, we will write the body, and we will write the conclusion. The question is this, practice question: integrity is the foundation of good governance. This is the thing. Integrity is the foundation of good governance. Introduction, I am going for the definition approach, let us say, or something related to, not only definition, you have different thinker based, quotation based, you can use, that is up to you, which you are comfortable with. But here the introduction is, integrity refers to adherence to the moral principles and ethical principles. Adherence means aligning with the moral principles and ethical principles, irrespective of the circumstances. That is what integrity. ఏ సిచ్యువేషన్ వచ్చినా కూడా మనకున్న మోరల్ వాల్యూస్, మనకున్న ఎథికల్ వాల్యూస్ని మనం వదిలిపెట్టకుండా వాటిని ఎక్సర్సైజ్ చేస్తే దట్ ఈస్ వాట్ ఇంటెగ్రిటీ అని అంటాం, సింపుల్గా నిజాయితీ అని అంటాం. సో దట్ సింపుల్ డెఫినేషన్ కెన్ రియల్లీ వర్క్. ఇంట్రడక్షన్ విల్ సెట్ ద టోన్ ఫర్ ద ఫర్దర్ ఆన్సర్. నౌ కమింగ్ టు ద బాడీ, వై ఇంటెగ్రిటీ మ్యాటర్స్. Excellent subheading. Why integrity matter? It builds the public trust. Only if an officer is having that integrity, people will listen to him, people will cooperate with him. Otherwise, public will lose the trust in the officer. That is the role of integrity in governance. So it builds the public trust, it enhances the legitimacy of the officers, bureaucrats, and it improves the accountability. How? It reduces the corruption, because officers will, with integrity, will never go for corruption. So corruption will obviously come down when accountability is there. Accountability means we are reporting whatever we are doing to somebody else who is superior to us. That is what accountability, javabudaritanam anantam. So that will reduce the corruption in the system automatically. And in the body, you can write about how it strengthens the institutions. Whenever an officer is having integrity, how it strengthens the different institutions. It promotes the rules-based governance rather than personal desires or dictatorship attitudes. Rather than that, rules-based governance will replace that type of attitude. This you can write in the body. And better decision making is possible because no partisanship, no biasness. Somebody who is having integrity, he will not take sides. He will generally be neutral in every situation or in every issue. So that will give rise to the best decision making. And administrative examples you have to write. For example, somebody who might be very ethical, Ashok Khemka, for example, he was experiencing the transfers, very frequent transfers. It is a very famous case study, right? You can just write examples like that. Ethical civil servants, transparent procurement, whistleblower protection. These are the administrative example. We have to just import into your answer. And what are the ways to promote the integrity? We have to train the officers in ethics, first thing. And we should show, if you are a superior person to some officer, you have to show by yourself first. Because leadership, self-leadership will set an example in the organization in which you are working. And social accountability should be there. Every officer should be accountable to the society at large. That's what obviously the system of legislature and executive, right? Executive is always responsible for whom? To the legislature. So that social accountability we should establish within the officer role also. Coming to the conclusion, what we can write? Integrity will transform the authority into legitimacy. You are not here to rule the people. You are here to implement the laws which are made by the people. So that's what the intentional difference between somebody who feels like superior or somebody who feels like a servant. That is the difference. So it will transform the authority into legitimacy, and it will remain indispensable for ethical and citizen-centric governance. We can achieve ethical governance, we can achieve citizen-centric governance with integrity. This is what the conclusion that we can write. And in conclusion, in overall, if I can summarize what I have discussed till now, how to write GS1, GS2, GS3, GS4 answers, I have discussed separately. Please watch every video. And now, at the conclusion, what are the important things we have to remember while writing GS1, while writing GS2, while writing GS3 and GS4? Let us see. In the GS1 answers, you must have this knowledge of maps. You must draw some map. Geographical boundaries you must have, world maps you should practice, Indian map you should practice. Like this, maps are very important in GS1. And timelines are very important. History, because GS1 history is there, timelines are very important. Ancient, medieval, modern, and different years. How that particular concept, which is asked in the question, has evolved over the period. You have to have grip over that. And then society dimensions you should definitely have. Societal, the impact of that concept on society. And historical context. These are the things you have to remember while you write the GS1 answer. Coming to GS2, constitutional articles are very important. Supreme Court judgments should be there in your answer. Committees, constitutional linkages should be there. Committee reports should be there. Coming to GS3, data is very important because science and technology, economy, everything is about data. So data, reports, different schemes, economy schemes, examples or environmental impacts. These things should be clearly visible in your answer. And coming to GS4, always you should mention at least one thinker in your answer. Thinkers are very important. Ethical concepts are important. Terminology is very important. Real life examples, we call them as anecdotes. So real life anecdotes are very important in introduction or conclusions. And last one is administrative application. How you apply that integrity, objectivity or impartiality in the governance. That is very important. Administrative application. Such things needs to be taken care of when you write GS1, 2, 3, 4 answers. And this is what for today. Already I have discussed, just for summary, I have discussed how to score 140 plus in essay. So please see that video. And I have explained already GS1 answer rating structure, GS2 answer rating structure, GS3 answer rating structure, and GS4 answer rating structure separately. So please watch every video, and thank you so much. If you are scoring above 85 in the prelims, 85 to 90 in the prelims, above that, you are comfortably ready for mains. Maybe we don't know exactly, nobody knows the cutoff, what is the cutoff, but at least 85 plus students you can comfortably prepare for mains. And please don't waste the time, because ultimately even 10 days if you start early than others, that will definitely give you some edge. So please practice essays, practice GS 1, 2, 3, 4 answer ratings, and thank you so much for this session. All the best for your mains.